All right, let's talk about something that could totally change the way we think about feeding plants. We're diving into a method that doesn't just give plants food, it gives them this incredible metabolic shortcut, one that unlocks their real potential from the inside out. So let me just start with this question. What if, instead of just dumping a pile of raw ingredients on our plants and making them do all the hard work, we could give them a pre-built solution? A clever shortcut that saves their energy so they can pour it all directly into growing strong and healthy. So here's how we're going to break it all down. First, we'll look at the old way of feeding and why it's such an energy drain. Then we'll get to the good stuff, nature's clever shortcut and the secret toolkit it gives plants. After that, we'll see how it works in the real world, from source to soil, and finally we'll tie it all together to see how this points to a much greener way to grow.
Okay, so let's kick things off with the conventional approach. This has been the standard for decades, but it comes with this hidden cost, a constant energy drain that's really holding our plants back.
Think of it like this. Using conventional fertilizers, like urea, is like handing your plant a bunch of raw baking ingredients, flour, sugar, eggs, and saying, okay, now you go bake the cake. The plant has to spend a ton of its own energy just to convert those raw materials into something it can actually use. It's exhausting before it even gets to the growing part.
But what if there was a better way? Well, there is, and that brings us to nature's own clever shortcut, the amino acid advantage.
And the difference is just night and day. On one side, you've got the old way, where the plant is basically on a treadmill, burning up energy just to process nutrients. But on the other side, it's like taking an escalator. Amino acids are already pre-assembled, so the plant can just take them and use them directly. All that saved energy can go right where it matters, into stronger growth and bigger yields. So what exactly are these things? Well, the simplest way to think about them is like they're the Lego bricks of life. They are the absolute fundamental building blocks for proteins and enzymes. And that means they are essential for, well, literally every single thing a plant does, from building its leaves to powering photosynthesis. But here's where it gets really cool. This is about so much more than just an efficient way to deliver nitrogen. Think of amino acids as a plant's secret, highly specialized toolkit, where every single tool has its own unique and vital job. Just look at this table. It's like a roster of superheroes for your plant. You've got proline, which helps make plants tougher against drought. Then there's glycine, which actually kicks photosynthesis into a higher gear. Glutamic acid helps the roots grab more minerals. And tryptophan, that one's a growth hormone precursor that tells the stems and leaves to get longer. Each one has a specific, super important job.
And when you give a plant this toolkit, the results are just wow. Research has shown that using amino acids can boost a plant's total antioxidant capacity by more than 300%. That's like giving the plant a supercharged immune system to fight off all kinds of stress.
But wait, there's another secret weapon in this toolkit. They're amazing at delivery. See, a lot of essential minerals, like iron and zinc, can get locked up and stuck in the soil. But amino acids act like tiny bodyguards. Through a process called chelation, they grab onto these nutrients, protect them, and basically escort them safely right into the plant's roots. It's like a VIP delivery service for nutrition. Okay, so this all sounds great in a lab, right? But how does it actually work in the real world? Let's get practical and see how these amino acids go from their source all the way into the soil. And it turns out where these amino acids come from really matters. Check out this study on spinach. While both fish and soy-based amino acids did way better than the control group, the fish amino acid, or FAA, gave a significantly bigger boost to chlorophyll. It seems that diverse nutrient profile from the fish source gives plants that little extra edge. And if you're wondering what this stuff looks like, this is pretty much it. It's usually sold as a concentrated powder that dissolves in water. You just mix it up and it's ready to go. Super simple for farmers and gardeners to use. And for all you DIYers out there, you can actually make your own. This is a classic technique from Korean natural farming. You literally just mix fish scraps and brown sugar, pack them together, and let nature do the work. Over a few months, fermentation breaks everything down into those amazing plant-ready amino acids. And boom, you've got a powerful homemade fertilizer. So let's just zoom out for a second, because this is about way more than just one happy plant. We're talking about a fundamentally better and greener way to grow our food. This final comparison, it says it all. Look at that utilization rate. With synthetic urea, sometimes up to 70% of it is just wasted. It leaches into the ground and pollutes our water.
But with amino acids, plants absorb up to 90% of it. They improve life in the soil instead of damaging it, and they take way less fossil fuel energy to produce. It's just a clear win all around, for the plant, the soil, and for us. So all of this leaves us with a pretty big question. In a world that's facing huge agricultural challenges, from a changing climate to tired, depleted soils, could the key be working smarter, not just harder, at a molecular level? By giving our plants this ancient energy-saving shortcut, could these tiny building blocks be one of our best tools for building a more resilient food future?